Welcome
Ist das
everyone.
die Stelle, wo der mysteriöse Typ mit dem Hoodie allen in den Arsch tritt?
Last
Wer bist du,
match
Mann? Ich
of the
bin
Providence Invitational.
Hallo, Scherz.
It
Ich
is
bin
the
Dr.
third
Michael Morbius.
Some random person.
Sie sehen ganz und gar nicht aus wie in den Nachrichten. Sie sehen ausgesprochen robust aus.
Pilates hilft.
Still have one thing to settle, who will be getting that third place of this tournament, last portion of the prize money that we have. So yeah, Gunther is gonna face off versus some random person. Joining me on the Shoutcast for this, or I'm joining him, depending on how you look at it.
I don't have a
In4Fun.
countdown timer
Hello.
for the spin yet.
Hello everyone,
I don't know
I'm
if we're
so happy to
supposed
be here and so happy to repeat what you just said in the last minute because we had the German ads a bit more, but it is the first third place match of Providence, which is something we want to shake up this tournament with. We had a fantastic final and still a bit overwhelmed by the results. It was so happy to see both Punk and Buff play for the title, but we can leave that behind us now and just see how this third place match is going, which I think is just a match with a very unique atmosphere. No pressure of winning the tournament, but also you probably don't want to be the loser of the last match, but still, I mean, it should
I don't feel good.
be a fun one.
Indeed. Yeah, first map we're gonna go to
Checking
is
in
gonna
on
be
Nini
Isle of
stream real quick.
Sgáil, which was picked by Gunther. Second map,
Oh, there. Okay,
which
now we
was
have a countdown
picked
timer.
by some
Good
random
deal.
person, will
I don't feel good.
Whittleton Creek. After that, our RNG maps.
This is so
gonna
much
be
worse.
Miami,
This
which
is
we're
about
gonna
to happen.
see for sure. And
This
then
match
Mumbai,
I have
Haven
prepared the
Island,
least
and
for,
Sapienza as needed.
just because I haven't had the time. It was a real busy morning,
So
and
yeah, looking
so
forward. Some maps
I
already
feel like I'm
seen,
barely warmed up.
in
I
the
feel like I
match
don't
before this.
have
Particularly Isle of Sgáil was
near
pretty
as
well
much
the
the
last
prep.
ones, we saw in the finals before this, so
And I did have prep for
just
pumpkin,
a
so I'm a little worried. But
yeah,
pumpkin
not
so
too
really
big of a
nice,
change of
even though I got
atmosphere
beat by
just
the
yet,
champ.
but
Can't be mad at
later
that.
on we will be seeing something new. Banned maps for this match were also Marrakesh and Dubai, from the side of Gunther and some random person, obviously. And yeah, first spin with us in just just about 1 minute now. So yeah, anything you in particular would want to see in this Isle of Sgáil spin?
Well, I'm not sure if this loudest MG barrier ropes can be toppled somehow. It's probably an accident, which would be even trickier one for scale, but obviously if it's a short and simple to get us started into a hopefully 5-mapper or 6-mapper, I don't mind it either. Very different player styles, and hopefully a great atmosphere for this last match of the tournament.
Indeed.
Getting rid of my chat, so I can't.
Yes, you mentioned some accidents can be a bit tricky this map, but yeah, just plain old quote-unquote simple scale spin might
Best of luck, Randy.
make it more interesting, make it more close in the end. So let's see a first spin. In4Fun, you want to go ahead and run this down for us?
No loud SMG, but close enough. Zoe Washington, Scissors as custodian, and Sophia Washington, loud AR as a guard. No accident either, but keeping up with the loud kill, and it's a trespassing disguise on the 5th floor, so definitely going to be some dodging and weaving around.
Yeah, loud weapon again can make stuff a bit more difficult depending on how they want to approach this. And Gunther is straight in, not thinking too long about this. Starting Architect Lounge and seekering Sophia.
It is probably one of the methods of the Isle of Sgáil. Just start Architect and Seeker both targets and have them down in about a minute 30. The emetic movements changed a little. Now we will see. Well, unless it's an MOC isolation, but let's pretend it's going to be double Seeker. Zoe is now not alone. Zoe is now alone in the bottom bathroom. So the guards will have to be turned and learned inside in both cases, but it is still Sophia first for Gunther and gets the KO on her. Also the elite guard disguise is Randy second try now in.
Third actually, but yes. Choosing a different seeker angle.
Set up the master ceremonies thing now.
And
I need to find where scissors are. I have no idea where scissors
yeah,
are.
basically you're doing the same here, securing Sophia straight at the
have
start,
to look up
grabbing
HITMAN for
himself
that.
an elite guard here, and just make traversal a bit easier and carrying of weapons or something.
I thought I'd be.
Gunther gets caught by the roaming elite,
Oof.
either sliding down or just basically the enforcer dot filling up. So Gunther has to restart now, and Randy has a 45-second lead. And I was curious about which elite guard was it, but it was Sophia's personal guard.
Ah.
So it's a very nice detour or alternative approach to get this first ISO down.
Yeah, it might just be a bit quicker taking care of her guard back there instead of waiting for her and her guard to get to the toilet.
I both opened the door and climbed into the box at the same time.
Yeah, get him there.
With one key press.
Yeah, and now the big question for Randy is he early or is he late for this Zoe Seeker? I think because Zoe stopped, the Cornelia conversation would trigger, but it doesn't. Late Seeker shot, but immediately hunted to restart.
The guard sees him through the door, shooting the Seeker, so that's a restart for him.
Okay, after I change this guy, I'm gonna look up where the scissors.
Just needs to be a second or two faster, and it is a done deal.
Indeed, I know he was running to the radio lure room, for example, to look for scissors. I think he just found a letter opener there instead of scissors. So maybe if he just doesn't do that detour, but instead immediately goes down, he should be in time for that second Seeker. Also, I think Gunther on the other side is looking up exactly that as well, where the scissors are on this map. And I don't think I would know off the top of my head either.
Is it by like the exhibit area?
It's a very specific room. You either know it or you don't. Perfectly fine to look it up quickly. We would see it. Yep, there was the hover with the mouse. It will be to the right of him in that little room. He sacrifices the Zoe ISO with that. He will be late for the Seeker, but there's obviously the Master of Ceremonies isolation, which is so popular.
And I think we've seen Gunther do the MOC lure in previous scale as well, so he's definitely familiar with that. And yeah, it could just be his isolation of choice for Zoe, especially. Yeah, it might be a bit easier moving in and out of the MOC room instead of the bathroom where you seek her in.
Yeah, and the extra time he took made sure that the enforcers aren't near the pipe to catch Gunther, which means that the road is clear to the Master of Ceremonies room. He will infiltrate from this side, can pick up coins, which is, I think, used for a dartless approach. Oh, a body shot while shooting the evidence and going into combat with that first bigger rips of the map.
I mean, what am I even doing?
Very unlucky for him there. Yeah, trying to take care of the evidence. Recoil made him do body shots as well, and yeah, immediately went into combat. Randy on the other side either missed or didn't go for the Zoe isolation immediately either.
Because he went for the scissor, that would be a detour and missing the timing, but looks like he can improvise this, or not particular improvisation, but a plan B rather. It used to be quite popular, this place, but it is more riskier than it looks. Not wall hacky or anything, just a bit more open than usual.
And especially with that guard, I suppose, might be a bit of trouble. First KO, second KO. That is Zoe down for Randy. See, Heinz, the guard looks to be safe for now, but that body might just be found by NPCs at any point in time.
Probably best to drag it in the other corner, but Randy will go for it, and this is both targets down for him now. And can you imagine him going for either disguise? This could be the necklace security, where both of them are right next to each other. The guard guarding the custodian, looking over the computer, but still just the custodian in this room. And the Zoe kill done quickly. Gunther, after the restart, got Sophia down again, got the scissors again, and having to dodge the Enforcer elite guard, has to go down the pipe again, so we'll be reaching the MOC room in 2 minutes or so again.
Just don't get seen by security cameras. That's
Randy having a bit of troubles here with luring custodians. The woman respond to his first thrown distraction. And yeah, then it was in the hearing range for the other thrown distraction as well. Now with the radio, he managed to separate the two.
Nowhere to hide these two, but the boxes should be comfortable enough. Wonder if he goes for a second KO, or just leave it be. And that will be the case. Yellow guns, however, so after this kill, he will also have to deal with the cameras in some sort.
Indeed. Meantime, Gunther back in the MOC room. No yellow guns this time, so nothing to worry about.
Have you seen it on Randy's side though? Missing the lock on Zoe, which turned into a distraction for these two ARC members, but had to drop an item to cancel it. Which he did, nice improvisation, the first kill of the match. Done.
Indeed. Currently advantage over to Randy, however, he also still has yellow guns. So cameras still need to be taken care of. Which might become an issue at some point, or not be as trivial as in some other maps.
Yeah, definitely not an easy task. Gunther took the MOC lure in some sense. I think he talked to the guards. I didn't see that part. Yeah. Zoe is now coming, and this will be a KO soon enough, and the custodian is in the room. Scissors already picked up, so Gunther will catch up.
Indeed. Just bumping into Zoe to give her guard time to arrive. Throwing distraction for him. Frontal KO. Shouldn't get hurt by anyone. And he also has his guard disguise right there.
Lots of disguises, juggling a bit. I think the custodian has to be found first, or any custodian. No kill just yet, though.
He doesn't have the scissors yet, I think. It's a little bit of a detour to get those, but he might just pick up the Sophia kill now and grab the scissors and return for the Zoe kill.
I imagined he got it in all the rounds before, so he would do it now. Synchronized, climbing up the pipe. Randy 1 kill ahead, and a minute 50 in-game time buys.
He's got to be close.
Minute 40, fine. This is brilliant, though.
Like synchronized routing almost.
Oh, I am trespassing up here.
Yeah, big moment for Randy, and this whoosh can sometimes go into this room as well. He didn't stop before the door, but this lady will stop in time. But it is a restart for Gunther. Get caught. He turned compromised by wallhack. The gunshot was seen. He was seen shooting, and which was a random lead is now a commanding lead, and it's his to lose. The gunshot is heard, but no disguise to pick it up here. Randy will wait out the panic here in a box, the safest place to be. The win is in his hands, but impatience might be a factor. Is a body found? That is the custodian.
Guard. Or is it the custodian?
I think those were the boxes behind the custodian.
Could also have been the guard he KOs right at the start, right here, the guard of Sophia, and because of the panic, people might be running outside here and finding that body. Because I think that might be the more plausible answer here.
Yeah, you are right. I think that had to be the case. It was just so close to the outside.
Yeah.
And Randy's unique approach basically backfires. He cannot, however, he cannot hide now in this box. On the other hand, he can get an elite guard to exit.
Indeed.
Apologies to everyone for spoiling the action.
It's gonna clear any second. Like, this might be giving Randy some trouble if it's taking him this long, but like.
Random got a red guns due to the body of Sophia's target, the body of Sophia's bodyguard being found after the panic of the loud weapon shots.
I thought that event security was allowed up here
Before he had to restart, and both players are almost even again now,
got her in the alarm
with a
room.
slight advantage to Gunther.
Who definitely got the scissor this time around.
Okay.
So once the MOC concludes, he has everything for the Zoe kill. But of course, it may be a personal decision to finish with Zoe and exit with helicopter. It's also fine, although a slight detour in that case as well. But might have just been an item missing then.
Possibly. Thought with the timing last time he didn't pick up the scissors, but he has them this time. There's not a lot speaking against grabbing that kill immediately.
Randy with the earlier Seeker shot and from a bit further away. Nicely hits, and now we can see where she goes. I mean, it should be this place as well. Not many puking spots, so to say.
Yeah, I mean, you never know with Hitman, but let's hope that it's just the same.
Thanks.
By the looks of it, it is indeed.
So for Gunther, a bit of hiding game as well. He decides to check the Custodian too. I think he still didn't use guns, dart guns, which means he can't rely on him being found.
Indeed, random, however, frontal KO on Sophia, and that is the body getting found due to the close combat hurt. Another restart.
Hello, it's me.
Throw it.
Okay, call
Now
Zoe, please,
a significant lead for Gunther in this first map.
Yeah, we are reaching the point again when it is one players to lose. Randy was so close to finishing with both objectives down, but the body being found in the last minute. And now Gunther with some very tense, nervous waiting. There is not much else you can do once you trigger some cycles. Sometimes you just have to wait it out. And Zoe is zooming. That might be an issue, but
That's not ideal.
gets her nicely. And I think you just need to bump her until the guard arrives.
Stay still.
Otherwise, it's
Mean it.
very risky on the cycles.
There it is. He's just chilling. You know, the person he's supposed to protect just runs past, and he's just, whatever. He's not even taking care of the guard here.
However, that was his downfall because the door opened and the regular guard saw the body being dragged, which is just so gutting for Gunther. You can see it. Map on nerves. His third ever match, but I think there are just some nerves you can't ever get used to, especially when the stakes are high.
Indeed.
It's another angle I haven't really seen before. We can see some whooshes, indeed.
But he hit the shot. That will get Zoe to that downstairs bathroom.
I'm such an idiot. That was the dumbest play.
And should be a better timing for him than before.
I knew that was a bad idea, and I did it anyway, and I still
Gunther
don't
with a
understand my
completely different approach. 35 seconds in, he didn't do anything with Sophia, just came down here straight away, no items, no nothing. He's probably just afraid of MOC going wrong again, so wants this part out of the way and then get to the targets.
I don't know if I can do this in time to get back up to Sophia.
Yeah, I might just have to do a second cycle seeker for Sophia or something else. Not too sure of her timings, top of my head.
At the very least, the peekaboo is also possible, but there is the seeker, nothing to worry about. There's always something to fall back on. And then now we can see finally this bathroom, which changed a couple of months ago. Finally, I can talk about it in action. The guard always used to come in here, the elite at least. And I don't know what he would do right now, but Sophia's guard stays outside the bathroom, so I think it's just now the same here as well.
Where's Sophia?
Very possible. Random nicely hit the body behind that little crate. And has both targets KO'd, missing the disguises and weapon for Sophia.
How the hell am I allowed back here?
And Randy starting with Zoe again, so that means the custodian disguise, and then finishing upstairs
How the hell am I
as a
allowed-
guard.
Did I miss her? Or is she just
And
late? She must be the
so
one
Gunther's
I triggered her.
first major rip was shooting the silenced SMG and trying to cause panic, but he was compromised by that. This time he will just wait for Sophia to get to this radio and
Made better use of my time.
leave her outside, but that's Zoe being found, so that means the guard is most likely in that room after a while.
Looks inside the
That's
room.
not,
Should've known this.
yeah,
By the looks of
So-
it, yeah.
so sad to know it this time around.
Like, I had the run originally. Let's just do that again.
Need Gunther
Capable of
on
making
the other side.
Guess I should
Made it in
check
time
before I go
for
stuff just in case.
Sophia.
I don't know the timing.
Radio room isolation might be a bit difficult, or more difficult, getting loud weapon kill in here with all these NPCs around. However, he's choosing to, I guess, get rid of these architects one by one.
Fuck.
That
Corner
is an
subdue
approach.
First,
Yeah.
wasn't sure about the corner subdue, but got
I
it.
have no clue what I'm doing.
Got it working.
Oh, I did that.
So one thing to know about this loud kill is that the raider outside can rip you. If you hide too soon, then, which might be the case this time with Gunther, let's see that head turn from the raider. Right there, right there. It sadly doesn't work if you hide immediately. You have to wait until he calls it down, and for that tiny window of time when he's coming towards the radio room, it is very unfortunate and quite risky in a trespassing disguise. And the Hunter with another restart.
Police game.
Nice shot, Randy.
Indeed, Randy. Nicely threading the needle for that Seeker shot, like 3 stories down or something. Just barely hitting it. Isolating both targets at once again, I mean, basically. But
This is painful.
this time, he
That's
at least
what I
knows
wanted to do.
to
I was so dumb.
take care of
Every
Zoe's
time-
guard as well, I suppose.
Every run I've made, I've gotten a little bit further.
Yeah, that
and
was the
made
crucial
dumbest decision
step that he...
you could possibly make.
Well, I guess he didn't
Sure, I
miss,
know
but
what I'm
he
doing
didn't know
wrong,
about
but I
that.
still do it.
So
I
it
thought
has to
the
be
entire time before I
adjusting
took that
again.
shot, they're gonna see you dump that body. You better do something about that guy. Nope.
25 to go, which means 20 minutes have passed in this first map. This is, as always, 1 point for a win, and half a point if we get to a tie, which we haven't got to in 7 matches. And I sure hope it won't happen this time either.
Would be nice. Not having, or like, yeah, having a winner each time. Not having a map end in a tie. However, always a possibility, especially photo finish ties, I suppose, might be the bigger possibility.
Randy getting to the window, getting to the bathroom in just the right window, when Zoe has stopped puking, so he triggers the target lockdown on her as 1 KO is down and the body was seen, but that is once again well hidden, so this time around, no personal bodyguards could ever find either of the main targets, that is for sure. But of course the rest of the spin remains mysterious.
Still not sure how.
Indeed. On the other side, Gunther, again, clearing out the entire MOC room, has his guard disguise up here in the radio lure room. He will stick with that, but this time he will know to, well, have something for that guard, that raider that spotted him. Yeah, interested to see how he's gonna solve that.
I'm not exactly sure what
Small gap in those boxes.
else could you do that is entirely different. You know,
Just in case.
like you can't hide extra bodies because, or can you? Or can you probably chain lure the raider into that box with the architect? That might be like the plan B, or just hoping for better head turns.
Must be 47. Must be.
Something like that, yeah. You can technically get rid of one more outside NPC in this room right here with the box. So that might be what he tries, or it could also just, yeah, you know, bullet distract him or something. There are like lots of ways to get rid of him, I think. In the meantime, I wanted to say Randy got the Scissors Custodian kill on Zoe, however, running into Enforcers. Sadly. Rips his run, another restart for him. And yeah, this is, we can see what Gunther just did for that raider, seekering him. So he moves off his post. Should be fine this time. Gunshot heard indeed, panicking a lot of people, but that raider wasn't in position, and with the architect disguise right here, should be good to go. Just barely made it out before the guards came in.
Yeah, slight heart attack because the fire extinguisher was right there, and AR having also some recoil, I could have seen one extra shot hitting the Effie. That wasn't the case, and Randy can't get his Seeker shot again. So the Gunther advantage increases more and more, and no MOC yet, but the room has been cleared, so Gunther will have to drag and hide bodies and talk to these two guards again.
I think he picked up the scissors already at this point. Which, yeah, would greatly help him. Just getting this kill all done.
It could be possible at the very beginning. The way he's going from architect to Sophia to down there could be a scissor, but I honestly don't know now. It's been quite a few rounds before.
So I wouldn't mind her hurrying.
But first of all, this isolation has to work out, and Zoe is not running, so that hopefully calms Gunther down a little. One bump or maybe two is enough before the KO on the guard. I think he will do that now.
Slow it down.
I'll make sure
Yeah.
it's blocked again.
Close the door, but also the guard is leaving again. But this time the body is not in view of that door.
Don't drag her in front of the open door. What? Why did it work that time? Oh, yeah.
But once again, I just don't know how the personal bodyguards work. And Gunther
Oh, he didn't
doesn't
get
have
the
the
scissors.
scissors.
Shoot. I never grabbed the scissors.
Oh, this might become an issue with Zoe now laying around there.
Oh, man. This is abysmal.
And yeah, but the personal bodyguards sometimes behaving a bit weirdly on this map. We don't know if and when he will home in on her body.
How do you do that?
Can just hope
How do you
that
forget
he
the
is
one thing you
quick
freaking
enough
needed?
at the scissors and back.
If this is anything similar than the Zoe Seeker timing on Randy's side, or the mission story timing where Zoe stands at the effigy for a minute and a half, then gets angry at Feniger and coming back, this can be very tight, and at least Gunther's not just passing straight back to the ammo sealer, and maybe fine. But I honestly don't know.
I mean, he is almost there, and still green. We are nearly at the point where we can see the guard on the minimap and an instinct again, and he is still very well posted outside, next to the door.
he will be looking at that minimap for sure until the very end now. The guard is not moving after the kill, so 1 or maybe like 5-10 seconds more that Gunther has to survive, and he might just have this first map, but this will be scary until the last frame. I think that's it, and Gunther takes the lead.
Exiting with what looked like green guns, unless something drastically changed. No, here it is, 5 stars, Silent Assassin, as per requirement, after an almost 30-minute first Isle of Sgáil spin. Gunther will take the lead, will lead the series 1-0.
Wonder where I can mess up now. Though in saying that.
Yeah, no 30-second timer to wait out, and is just too far behind.
Suddenly turn into a hostile area or something.
Nice constant cameo. But the scores have been given out.
It does not feel good.
Indeed.
I played that so bad.
And yeah, next map
So bad. I am
we will be
incredibly
going to will
that
be
random ran into the same
Whittleton
issues that I
Creek
did
Why did I run through
because
here?
in
freaking-
just over 4 minutes.
I did not deserve to win that.
Yeah, Gunther
That
took
was
his own map pick here
so poor.
after a bit of a struggle, I think, but
That was
managed to
so
pull through nicely. Now we're gonna head to Randy's map pick. So he might have the quote-unquote home field advantage here.
Now, next is
Yeah.
Whittleton Creek. This is Random's pick. And
Yeah, so what have we got in the final? Punky winning Marrakesh, and then Buff winning Mumbai, their own map picks. And now we had Gunther winning his scale, and now Whittleton again. So could see 1-all again, would be the flow of this day so far.
Indeed, but could also obviously see Gunther with a nice 2-0 lead straight at the start. But yeah, I guess nobody really is objects a nice long back and forth series. Well, I guess except the players themselves.
I'm not sure.
That is how it goes, yeah. No one thinks of the poor players. Just under 2 minutes until Whittleton.
That was my goal for today. Take a map off of Randy.
And there we go, there's the tab.
Randy will just complete, or at least try to complete, this Isle of Sgáil spin. Let's see if he can make it work. Getting the second kill, switching disguises before anybody runs in here. Just a couple enforcers he has to dodge, and I think, yeah, he can also finish this now a couple minutes after.
Because it took me so long to backtrack. If that would have lost me or kept me out of photo finish or something.
After
that
Gunther.
would've been nothing but
Yeah, it usually is scary and close, but it usually works out. And we could see the constant running, so no heli exit. Randy may still win the in-game time war, although I think both of these doors are closed. No, this is open. So yeah, this is 6:15, 6:14 to Gunther's 7 something. By real-time term, so Gunther has the first point.
Yeah, in-game time, not everything.
We had a Whittleton Creek on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We didn't have one on Saturday, but we have 2 today, so I think this
basically
is
makes
now.
up for it.
Yeah, only the Monday match didn't have one. That was going to be map number 4, but we only got 3 maps then. How many maps we got here is a good question, but I think this is your spin now to tell.
All right, it's going to be a Janus electrocution elimination in the politician and a Nolan Cassidy drowning in the suit. So 2 accidents with, well, 2 unique disguises technically. Politician can be a bit harder to obtain, but
Wow.
I'm
One heck of a spin, to be fair.
Really?
Nolan Drowning is one of the harder ones of the trilogy. And the Politician Disguise is far from straightforward, although Gunther quickly in from suit start will be acquiring the Politician. But another trick of this spin is that you need these disguise back, the suit that you're starting with. And Gunther nicely showcasing that that card has some very good eyes. He was looking out for him, but
That man upstairs.
I think beyond some point you can just pray or do one more distraction shot. So we'll do a quick restart for him.
Neat. Random on the other side. First time popping the achievement, getting the Politician. Very nice.
That's easy. I left my suit there though.
Oh no,
He wasn't
Gunther with
paying
more
attention.
troubles with the same disguise.
I hate that man.
Yeah, and I think both target,
I was like, okay, cool. He didn't find the body.
both,
so he's not
I
gonna
guess
be
both
looking down here.
orders
And
between
I
the
make
targets would
disguise
work
check
out. A
behind the
quick
body, and then he's like,
emetic
"Person,
fumigation while
where did
Nolan is in the house, or getting the Politician first, and probably an upstairs isolation.
I'm struggling with these
If Randy's a bit slower, then I think it might be downstairs, which is just as fine though.
Whittleton freaking Creek, man.
Neat.
Takes a special kind of stupid.
Stalking around the outside here. But okay, he looks to be walking upstairs, so not exactly sure what Randy's plan is, but he might just want to possibly take care of these two upstairs guards,
I think he did.
and then do a gramophone lure and just drag him into here. Would work out just fine.
At the busiest time, 4 NPCs are located on this floor, so I think it's not the worst thing to isolate everyone here. Especially the 2 guards first, who are in different rooms most of the time. Yeah, that's what Randy's doing.
Which is to say, none whatsoever. Like that's a deep.
This might be a bit tricky with the timings, because now the guard will be walking in and Janus will be running in.
Just luring everybody at once might not be the best of options here. However, seems like he can just, take care of this guard without any issues.
Gunther glitching through the wall, but I think we've seen a wall hack there during practice or our match. It's a very finicky area, but Gunther is preparing for a downstairs electrocution. Different approaches, but could be a kill at the same time.
Indeed, Randy has everybody taken care of here, except Gunther. Just stops at the door for a second.
It stops again, oh my god.
Ooh. But okay, thrown KO. Take care of it.
Not the first time this week, then Gunther, the NPC, makes Gunther, the player's life easier by trolling the opponent. But no restart here for Randy, and both of them are getting ready for this electrocution.
Hopefully nobody comes to investigate this now.
Gunther calmly stopping it as soon as the water appears, dropping the micro taser, and it will be kill number 1. Just don't stand in the puddle.
And there we have it. Janus electrocuted in the Politician's disguise. And also on Randy's side, just a few seconds later. And
We are close now, 47.
Gunther running to the basement, grabbing the clue and taking care of the camera. And I assume, Randy's just going to do that with a couple seconds of delay. Taking care of this guard.
Close call. It can be all hacked, but works out for Randy. And yeah, very similar situation with Gunther having a, let's say, 15-second advantage, and the different disguise won't matter in the grand scheme of things. Only the timing, if they do the exact same thing, of course.
I don't remember. I think I kind of want to play it safe.
Me triggering the toilet
I don't
would be heaven
know
sent
for sure.
But now,
Getting back his suit might prove a bit difficult here.
Still here?
because of the panic, the politician hasn't started moving, which he does around the 3-4 minute mark. So Randy might be the first one to to get that back. But for Randy, it is now garage isolation, which is not quite it for drowning, obviously. Not much you can do, but KO the bodyguard. Oh, nice that Nolan didn't hear that.
To go in there. I don't have any blunt objects either. This is going down.
I think Gunther's just waiting out the politician leaving and gets the remaining 2 clues in the meantime.
I thought he was going in.
Indeed.
That is going in, I think. That is sitting down. Okay, I don't know Whittleton Creek.
Gunther panicking that he doesn't know Whittleton Creek. That doesn't seem the case because it's a very nice run that he's got going here.
Yeah, just grabbing the clues in the meantime. Side objective completed. Random now somehow needs to re-obtain his suit.
No way in.
So definitely interested to see how both of them are trying to approach this now.
Yeah, more distraction shots perhaps. Luckily, most NPCs are leaving this area and he's turning this one last deputy around. And ready, got the disguise.
Indeed, with the politician leaving, just that one NPC is what notices him. Who notices him? Switch disguises. But by the looks of things, Nolan is leaving his house again for Randy. So that might make matters a bit more difficult in terms of getting him to a toilet to drown him.
Probably not.
Yeah, so definitely cycle dependent. Nolan drowning.
Whoa,
He
somebody was looking at me.
part of his route, he's closest to the Lewinsky garden. Oh, Gunther keeps getting guns, but that was such a close call. And that is a peekaboo. That is a peekaboo outside. The guard will find his partner in a matter of seconds. Oh, Gunther.
Oh my god.
I think he realized it, but is it too
I'm screwed.
too late?
I'm real screwed.
It's red guns now.
He's gonna see that
Oh
body.
no.
I'm
He
screwed.
saved it,
Dang it!
but not the consequences. So unfortunate.
Stupid moron me! That was so dumb. That was the dumbest I've ever been.
And 5-6 minutes into the run,
Man.
it was looking like it can be anyone's game. But of course, Randy doesn't have the drowning down yet. And as I started saying, it is very much cycle dependent. And I guess right now, when he's close to the surveillance site, he would go to a bin and not
Is
to
that why the
toilet.
deputy heard the shot?
I think Randy's current plan might be just waiting for him to get to his house again and then using the fumigation. Because I don't think he has any sort of seeker or remote medic tool or anything really to make him sick apart from the fumigation device.
No, he called it in. Okay, cool.
Good catch. If there is no dart gun to make him sick, then I guess you have one more option, is to serve him emetic poison food.
Oh, true.
He's staying in his suit, so won't be the case. There's no proxy conversation to trigger here, I guess, because he cannot talk to his guard anymore.
Go get my gun.
He can have a phone conversation again, so that could delay Randy, and then once he's inside, definitely fumigation the plan.
I need help.
Indeed.
These are the best muffins I ever had. I'm supposed to decline for a house show today, but I can't stop eating. Maybe you know him, Mr. Nolan Gatlin. Can't say that I do.
Yeah, Gunther being concealed and still being whooshed. That's
circle.
a game is not a partner in Whittleton.
But he manages to slip past nicely. And turn this one guard around, make his way downstairs to Jane's house again, and we'll just, yeah, suppose clear it out, do the same thing he's been doing last run. Worked nicely for him. So
Even
why
better timing.
yeah.
This will compromise him, but I think as long as Janice didn't shout or scream, no upstairs guard would hear it. The briefcase is being transported inside the house. Oh, Gunther. Will the body be seen? Yes.
Oh yes. Oh, but it's okay. It was only the body of Gunther who was tranked first,
I have no idea what I'm
but he
Ah.
tried saving it, running outside immediately, went into combat.
Embarrassing, man. People are seeing this.
So many things to remember during this close moment, and I absolutely cannot blame him for thinking it's over and trying to save it with the subdue. But it seems like
Just end it. End it for me.
Rand is to lose, but there is one crucial thing with the emetic fumigation. Once the drowning begins, the guard turns around. We can see it on the instinct. Will it take long enough to rip Cassidy? And I think it will be. Yes, red guns.
Last second. Oh my gosh.
See the body?
He waited so long, but just not enough. And back to even. Synchronized restarts. Randy with a 5-second lead now again.
I don't know what to do. I thought that
11.5 minutes.
politician is guys. I
All
really,
gone for
really
both
thought-
players.
Indeed, yeah. That as soon as you started drowning on an NPC, that toilet is no longer quote unquote marked as being
Did you see it?
occupied by the
Yeah.
puking NPCs. So other NPCs that are not already puking a spot will reroute to that. And ultimately, that is what ripped Randy here.
Devastating, and it just the nerves for both players will be doubled with this, I think.
At least, yeah. so many restarts already, and yeah, at this point, it must be thinking, well, my opponent's about to be done here, isn't he?
Yeah. And at the back of your mind, those close calls, Randy's almost win. Gunther ripping 7 minutes in, but it is time for redemption, and someone has to take this Whittleton. And they do know how to get this pin down, so
Yep. No,
gotta get
no,
this
no
down.
wall,
Gunther
no
with the
wall. No
Omega wall hack.
no,
This
no,
part
no,
of the
no.
house is
What the fuck is going on? But
now we can see it actually in action. But should be doable with pistol or dart gun. He opts for the pistol. I did chanking Gunther again. Oh, but he's late. Now he has to wait until Gunther is in position.
Yeah,
oh, for fuck's
Bonk.
sake, no.
he's just throwing the pipe this time.
Bonk.
Keeps
Yeah.
his green guns this time as well with this isolation, and should be fine. I don't think he left his briefcase outside like last time again, so that shouldn't shouldn't get transported in here.
There it is stashed.
Oh yeah,
It
stashed
was
already.
it was thrown away after getting a politician. So cannot be a cause for Rip this time, and he will have a kill. But oh, that puddle is just scarily close to 47. But
Yeah,
there's the first kill for Gunther again.
indeed.
Death feels like an easy way out for a man.
What do I do now?
So basement clue, and then getting the suit back, which I think will take another few minutes. Politician plus suit is
Hard.
not to say trolley, but it is a very twisted combo.
I don't even know. Oh my gosh.
Nice music.
It'd be lovely if I
Indeed,
could
and on
get
the
my
other
seat
side,
now,
Rennie,
but I doubt it.
just about a minute in, got the politician.
Yeah.
Is now
I have to be near him to
climbing up
have a conversation with
Nolan's
the
house
trigger
again.
before he moses.
And
Like, maybe that's
yeah, we'll
what I
start
need to
clearing out
do.
this top
I'm
floor
gonna go over there. I'll trigger his dialogue. I'll
to
trigger it so
prepare
hard.
the electrocution.
There you go.
Was hesitant
There you go. Probably now, huh?
to cross that hallway because he got quite a whoosh out of it, but no peekaboo, so there will be the second KO already, and Gramophone at one's convenience. Yeah, the lore wasn't hurt, so Gramophone then another lore will be the second KO.
It's not what I want at all.
Yeah, possibly even just using... nope, not using a sink, but just a throw into the bathroom.
Works out well, but definitely Gunther now with the lead. Jane is down and 2 clues. Make it 3 with the cigar box. And then the question of Nolan. We didn't quite see the final plan for Gunther, right? On Nolan drowning.
I don't think so.
He tried to hop on to the Cassidy household,
He saw that.
which could mean a seeker.
Go.
But he has the... So he started suit briefcase, so he has a potential for 3 firearms. And he has the Tauntaun, he has silence pistol, and I think the seeker was also in inventory. Might not be a case of the fumigation.
Where'd you go? On your walkabout, sir.
Frustration, impatience.
Randy having some issues, but Gunther guard and
Rosie, gosh
yeah,
darn it.
peekabooing him
Yeah,
into the room,
right.
made him spot Janus' body, and that will be another rip for Randy, giving a big lead to Gunther.
Hey. Okay.
Even bigger now with this very important disguise change. Lots of NPCs to watch out for, but Gunther remained patient, and he is in the suit now again. And it is second cycle inside the house, so looking for just a seeker angle.
I think Cassidy's already on the move, which is not what I need.
I think this is it right now.
To the juncture. I have no
If those two wouldn't be looking, if Spencer wasn't looking towards here, and he runs into the, jumps into the bodyguard, and another 5.5 minutes of his run are gone.
Dang it! I pressed X instead of C because I was on the wrong key.
He
Oh
pressed
my
the wrong
God.
button. He wanted to
Oh,
crouch
no.
instead of jump or like hop over the ledge. Oh,
Oh my God! I was crouching by the window to.
more heartbreak. And once again, this is anyone's game now because Randy's half a minute lead doesn't necessarily mean that he can carry it to the finish.
How did that one work? How did that one work? And none of the others did. I don't understand. Hitman.
At least
Oh my God,
Gunther
we're doing so
lucky with the politician grab straight at the start, getting that first try.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the Tuesday match. Santa Fortuna, suit falling object for Andrea.
Oh,
One very specific thing at the start, which you might have to restart 10 times for, but once you are done, you get a spin going, and hopefully it's a lot easier.
My goal for every match thus
Not a
far
final
has
boss,
been
but actually
don't
a
look
starting
like
boss,
you
perhaps.
only
Getting this
installed the game
politician.
yesterday.
yeah, both
And
players like
today
restarted a
is
ton with
easily
that
the
Andrea
worst I've
kill.
ever played. On my own, in a competition, no matter what. Like,
So yeah,
easily the worst I've ever done in Hitman.
Randy with a gramophone lure again,
Come on.
and gets the 2 guards down in time.
Upstairs. Woo!
Janus will be running once again. Gunther, Mueller lagging behind.
Why is it
But
like
now with the hallway empty, might just be best.
I'm saving my darts.
Or I mean, I guess there are a lot of opportunities from this point to take care of Gunther.
and he's saving his darts this time, just to throw in KOs.
Oh, I didn't KO him in time.
Yeah, Randy used the hallway, and Janus is down, and it's just a drag away from the first kill once again.
Indeed, and on the other side, Gunther, exactly the same, just
I don't know if
2
anybody heard this
KOs,
sync. I've been using the other one so far.
doing the sync, and both players getting the electrocution only seconds apart from each other. There it is for Gunther, seconds later for Randy.
Death feels like an easy way out.
And it is once again the rush down to the basement. Gunther's getting unlucky with the cycle, but I think you could...
Oh no.
He didn't want to risk running around that enforcer, but next part of the cycle is him looking at the shelf with the picture.
Yeah, ball distraction to get him turning and move over. Bit of a risky throw, but
close to
worked out.
90-degree angle, yeah,
Yeah.
but keeps green guns. Making absolutely sure that every door is closed. Nobody can be found unless the game, I guess, decides to do something else in the end. But this is the known situation for Gunther. And I think this is now a different approach for him. Wants to seeker Nolan so that he goes into the bathroom of the barbecue party.
Huh. And that shot hit. So
Does he go to baddies or does he go?
This is big for Gunther if he can get the suit back in time. It will be 60 seconds after starting or after arriving at the toilet, which won't be for another 25, but after that, it's not too long. Simple Seeker might have been a bit risky, but I think now the politician is going away. It will be very tight.
it will indeed, but technically he has another dart. So even if he if he doesn't make it in time, Nolan should return to where he was in a cycle, I think. So he has another shot at that exact same shot to get another another cycle of Nolan puking.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that is the main part, that Gunther doesn't have much to lose, but he has incredibly lot to gain, and that was apparently not illegal enough for the undercover guard. There was no, of course, there was no body next to the body bag, so it wasn't instant spot. But that was really scary. And now the run. And is it just passing? Does he have enough time? Will he go the other way around? Yeah, he's going to go through the window. And he's back in time. And what Gunther, yeah, as long as it's not extended illegal action, and just waits 1 second before entering the room.
Or he might just go out the window again, yeah.
Perfect, yeah.
Now we just have to do the clues, and then we can leave.
Just the clues remaining.
Good God Almighty! Don't block me at all, lady. I have no
clues and no targets, yeah, and no challenging kills. Just Batty being the final boss.
Don't get ripped by Batty. Indeed. Don't get ripped by Batty. Where's Batty? Okay, Batty's in a...
Also on the other side though, okay, Randy just getting the Nolan Cassidy drowning. This time he waited long enough for the guard to route away. So also technically also only has the clues remaining. And this could get down to a photo finish even at this point.
Because the Ark Society was the picture, so it is now the 2 Betty clues remaining for random. We have gone 7 matches without a photo finish, but the very last one could very well have one. And it is not just 30 seconds, but it might just be 10 or something. Gunther will be leaving first. And then what's the difference?
Here he is, leaving. 5 stars SA. And on the other side, Randy only seconds behind. And I think it is safe to say at this point that we will be having a photo finish here. And at this point, this could almost go either way.
Oh
boy,
both
players
indeed.
Had lots of restarts, so I don't think anybody will waive their photo finish rights here. So yeah, we got a bit of calculations now going on. We have technically the possibility also for this resulting in a tie. Would be the first tie in the tournament, first photo finish tie as well, if the difference between them is less than 2 seconds after the loading time deduction.
I think we arrived at a different rule, and it would be half a second for each.
Oh, true. We changed that actually. Yeah. Imagine remembering your own rules. It is half a second for per restart. That's added to the
can't believe how long it took me.
Okay, so
If I knew where Nolan
so
went to
if you
drown,
calculate
it
by
would've been simpler.
exact seconds in
didn't know. The only
VODs,
place where
it
I
can
was
be
sure
the
he
start of
went
the
was
second
the
or the end of the
bathroom
second.
that got him in
So
the house.
we discussed it a lot, and we believe that there is a half a second margin of error
And that
in
sucks
calculating a
because
loading time, because it
obviously,
can
like,
start
if I'd
at
gotten him
the
way
start of
earlier,
1
we
second
would've
and
put the stupid house
end
up.
at the end of another second, and it can be 5 seconds or 6 seconds, like who knows.
And I probably
So
should've used the
we are not
safeguard
looking at
on
the
politician to be able to get my suit back.
the straight
But I wonder
2-second
where he would've gone.
disadvantage
Except
or
that
advantage,
big
but
part that sometimes NPCs
we are ready
do
to make it a
when
higher
things get any
threshold,
better, at least
especially
there it has to cover.
in runs like this where there have been,
But it might have also been a
I
thing
would
where it
say,
was better
5
to
to 6
get the
restarts
suit
each.
built
So
first,
if
then
someone
use
missed by
the
2 seconds,
politician.
then
There's about
it
a
could
million
still be down to
different
miscalculation,
there.
which we
Point is,
well, we don't
like,
want to decide on
drowning
that.
Nolan is new to me. I have not practiced that at all.
Indeed.
So I think that we improv
Gunther
well enough,
exited
but
14
that
seconds
was pretty
earlier
abysmal overall.
than
Like, oh my goodness gracious.
Randy.
What is
So
happening?
Randy would
I
need
am
to
playing
catch
so
up
poorly.
14 seconds
So
plus
poorly.
whatever Gunther loaded in to be able to swing it around. Which might just be
All I know is that it's a photo
a bit
finish.
too much.
I don't know who finished first.
Battle of the PCs, I feel, and only Random and Gunther knows how good their loading times, man. And as expected, Randy doesn't wave. I think player has to wait this one out. It can go either way, especially with this many restarts. And Randy knows I think Randy had the riskier politician grab. I expect him having more restarts.
Not too sure. Both had their troubles with it.
Work out in my favor, but this has got to be Randy's map. It's gonna be 1-1.
Yeah, we'll only find out
But I
in
really, it'd be so big if I was able to take
a couple of minutes, I suppose. We'll take just a bit of time going through the walls, calculating all the loading times, especially in this match at the very end. You don't want to make mistakes here.
So many disguises and kill conditions and stuff. And even though there's only a few isolations you really have
Yeah,
to do, it's still it's a lot.
So
it's a lot.
I like to say it's 5 to 10 minutes usually, calculating a loading time, especially going through Twitch VODs with a lot of restarts. It might be even longer. So settling folks, because not only we'll have this in a bit, but we definitely have one more map coming after this, the first Miami of the tournament. But if Randy takes this, then we are guaranteed to have 2 more maps.
Indeed, which will be Miami, as you mentioned before. And, well, if Randy takes this, then we will also be at least seeing the Mumbai afterwards. And depending on those results, we might see Haven Island as a possible decider map. If we get a tie-in in between somewhere, we will be going to a Sapienza for a definite decider at the end without a time limit as well. Ever as... Yeah, I think we all mentioned before, I think the only real possibility for a tie here will be a photo finish tie. It might just be this one.
Results in a draw. You know what I mean? So
it's really hard to call. I guess mine is just a guess or a prediction that Randy had more loading times and could catch up, but Gunther had his moments with the politician. Randy had as well. Randy, of course, was defined by that one 10-minute run at the start, and then Gunther with a couple runs that ended 6 minutes in.
I didn't even get to 5 minutes most of the time.
Indeed. Also, but even though Randy might have more loading time here, there's still 14 seconds, which, in terms of PC loading times, is a lot to catch up on.
If it was
definitely more in Randy.
Yeah, if it can be a whopping 25 seconds of loading time, but if Gunther has similar amounts, then it's, of course, doesn't change the result enough, but it also depends on the amount of starts and the margin of error, and if we end up under or over it.
You know, I didn't know how to do drowning, and getting back into the suit did kind of
one thing I guess was mentioned during the last map is why this order of the matches, why the final first and then quote-unquote just a third-place match to finish it off, but it is good enough that we could set up the 2 matches back-to-back. It is 4 people's schedules to arrange, especially with the short notice, because the second semi-final ended about 24 hours ago. And as a result, we could not have the final as the second match, or rather, the third-place match participants couldn't make it before the final. So it is what it is, but I think two amazing matches, and doesn't matter what we end up on, as long as it's a great match.
Indeed. Yeah, with just had 2 maps that we've seen in both matches now after this photo finish time, and obviously the pause break between the maps, which might just be a bit less now because we already quote-unquote already have this break, which is very tense for the players still, as nobody really knows who won at this point.
Let's see here. 14 seconds earlier.
This is the true anything can happen type of photo finish.
But that's 14 seconds earlier, and I bet.
Indeed. But after this, we will be seeing Miami as a first time this tournament.
Yeah. And small mini game. Have we seen all 13 maps in this tournament?
Ooh, that is a very good question. Obviously, there have been global bans from the tournament, which have been Bangkok, Colorado, Dartmoor, Chongqing, and Mendoza, which were globally banned by the competitors beforehand. So those 5 maps couldn't show up at all.
So to be exact, the way we did this is we invited the players, and then after we got the final roster, we asked each one of them to pick a map. And of course, they didn't necessarily talk to each other, so there are some overlaps, but one map each, which they didn't want at all in the tournament.
Okay, so Randy's also on NVMe, and he says,
and so that way we ended up with these 5 bans you mentioned, and leaving us with 13. And I'm fairly sure that we have seen 11 maps, and Miami will be the 12th appearance, and we need to see a 2.5 tie to see one Sapienza for the first time.
True, we didn't have a Sapienza yet, did we?
We didn't. We had Sapienza scheduled as map number 4 twice, but both of those matches ended up as a 3-0 sweep, so just barely couldn't get there.
But in the end, if it's inconclusive, I think that they have to call it a draw, because that's the only thing that's fair. You can't award something if you can't prove it's one way or the other.
But yeah, we had this discussion about everything basically in the rules, and we could have gone from the other way around to make sure that all 8 players pick one map, but that would be a bit tighter pool, which is also perfectly fine for 8 matches, but I like the variety that we got with this 13.
I can't tell you how great it would be going into Miami.
Indeed.
Especially with Mumbai and Santa Fortuna and New Haven Island on the back end of it. Like, that would be...
players also chatting in the Discord, bit exchanging hardware info even at this point. Type of hard drive they have their game stored on, so you can like estimate at least or get a feeling for it. But I feel like at this point, no one can really predict the outcome of this.
Was it an actual first try for Randy, which ended 10 minutes in? Because I was going to say it was a first proper tie after a couple of restarts, but it might have been Gunther only who got ripped by the binocular guard upstairs.
Not too sure. But it could have been. I mean, if he says himself, it might as well have been like a first or at least like a second, third try, but not a lot of restarts there yet.
Yeah, I won't doubt the player. Because that was my... Yeah?
To be fair, I sometimes forget how many times I've restarted during matches. So
10 seconds to do a drowning animation.
It was a crazy tense last half an hour.
It's way faster
So
in VR.
wouldn't be surprised if he's wrong on that, but I do trust the player on this, which would kind of swing the favor back to Gunther, in my opinion. I was riding on the fact that Randy took quite a few tries with that first politician.
On his first try, tells me he probably didn't restart as many times as I did.
However,
Which
Yanini
bodes well
is
for him, I
typing,
think. I don't
so
know,
we
I
might
don't know how to
see
get
a
it.
result here soon.
But yeah, like he must have had a way.
Well, unless he's
better start than
giving
I
up.
did.
But no, there's a result.
I
Want to read
had
it
to
out?
wait through most
I
of
can sure.
Nolan's
Gunther
entire
loaded in
cycle.
total
And
7
I don't think
times
that doing
for a total of
mine,
27
that's
seconds.
like 5,
Some random
36
person loaded
minutes.
6 times for a total of 20 seconds. Those 7 loads
loaded
from
7
Gunther
times
would
for
have
total
made
of
a
27 seconds.
margin
Some
of
random person
error
loaded 6
of,
times for a total
I
of 20
think,
seconds, and I extended my lead. So
oh no,
I
wait,
went 2-0.
6 plus
Because,
7, so a big margin of error.
technically
But
finished
it doesn't
15
matter at all,
seconds, and
because
with
Gunther
load times, I
extends his
finished
lead
7
to
seconds
21 seconds
21
and
seconds
takes
faster.
Whittleton Creek.
Whew. Oh my
So
gosh, that is
Gunther is
stressful.
up
I don't like photo finishes.
2-0
That's
going
awful.
into Miami. Match point for him. And we will have a 3-minute break, or a 3-minute countdown to the next spin in Miami.
Yeah, so it's 13 loads from the 2 players in total, which is 6.5 second margin of error.
Yes.
If it was the other way around and Gunther had the shorter load, then 14 seconds would have become 7. So it's almost
Now
at the
we're
time
going
margin.
to Miami. Okay, so I'm up 2-0.
But alas, it is a 2-0. And
Oh,
a spin has been revealed, so
I just got the spin. Is
that
1%
should
now?
just better to hide as well and respin.
I mean,
Yeah, there we have a countdown again.
Fall race coordinator. Oh, jeez, how do you do a fall kill on Sierra?
So I assume.
Yeah, I think that's a thank God from Gunther. I think he needs.
Yeah, spin has a countdown again of 1.5 minutes, which would equal to 15 minutes.
That's the tricky one.
That was set to be.
I mean, we likely won't get it now, but Sierra Falls, you kind of have to get her there, but
What the heck? I'll say it out loud. It's not a dig at Yanni, but Yanni's equipment. Yanni has some troubles clearing spins, which did happen after Whittleton. So I hope that's fixed by now. But we had this Dubai discussion or the Dubai issue with a couple of days ago where the spin wasn't. Spin was sent for the second time, so it was resulted in a secondary spin. So. So on HITMAN side, you need to clear and then resend. You can't just resend and respin. I didn't really see the spin. I think it was race coordinator and fall somewhere. So we'll see if it's the same or not. Obviously, probably on the admin's mind.
Fall for Sierra, I think, in there.
Yeah.
Should be all fine now.
Okay, here we go.
This is definitely another one In4Fun. We're going ahead and tell the people.
No fall in here, but wow, what a Robert spin. First Sierra is kitchen knife as food vendor, and Robert, explosive weapon as constant security. This is as fast as you can get. Kitchen knife being the only detour of being 10-15 or so seconds. And the Robert kill is everything is right there after you shoot the laptop. So no surprises that both of them are in there already.
Indeed. Gunther starting driver's lounge, which I guess is considered the most standard starting location for Sierra, but picked up the kitchen knife, which is an illegal action. Gets ripped by that.
And you also don't get a food vendor on the way, which is why Randy has to detour. Go up right there to the lounge. Gunther will be getting the early knife, Randy with the early disguise, and then having to detour a tiny bit, just passing in here for Randy. But it is not illegal to pick the item up, gets the sugar, and we'll be going to the Kronstedt garage.
Let's go get the food
Indeed.
vendor.
Gunther picked up his stash from the
I'm not allowed here. I'm not allowed here as the waiter. I'm not allowed here as the
from
waiter.
the
That was
basement
close.
changing room toilets, whatever
That was
this
really
exactly
close.
is.
I forgot that I wasn't allowed here as the waiter.
Yeah, it is like the racer's bathroom, shower room. There is a better name for it, but I
Yeah.
don't have it.
I don't either.
Did I bring a fish?
Yeah, it's worth noting that this is not the closest kitchen knife to food vendor start.
That's,
I imagine Randy
I think I can go in there yet.
seeing a food vendor and wanting to load in as food vendor. He just wanted, or he prioritized the disguise and didn't have time to think of the closest knife, but instead went for his go-to knife, which would be the waiter
Is
start
that where I
one.
thought it was?
And he got the sugar from there as well, so all in all, it's not a
I
huge
gotta
detour.
look up where it is, 'cause I
And
thought it
still
was in that
ahead
room.
of Gunther, Sal, who doesn't find the free food vendor just yet. It would be under the other stand. So sets him back a little.
It's in here.
These rooms are very samey, so can't blame him for.
Can't blame him
I
for
don't
it. Looks
understand.
like
Where am
yeah,
I?
pretty similar.
Oh, I'm in
Like
the
you just
corner.
tell me it's under the stands.
Yeah,
It
like
could still be 7 different
I
rooms.
don't want to go there.
exactly.
Spotted.
And this on the other side, Randy peekabooing Sierra into this
I'm going the
side
wrong way.
room.
I'm so bad with direction. I don't know where I'm at.
Has the kitchen knife in hand, is in the food vendor, ready.
It's over here,
You
right?
jumped into the box, but
Oh
with all
my
closed
God, that took
doors, it should
forever.
be
Hi, box.
quickly salvageable, and that's the first kill down. 2 minutes 50 into the run. 0 detour needed. Not even sure which is the better disguise at this point.
I don't know if
We'll
I
just be
can get
taking
in here.
the
I'm gonna
mechanic for no trespassing area. And I think Gunther gets
That's my
spotted
own fault for bringing a crowbar.
opening the door with the crowbar.
Good box.
Really unfortunate for him to not find this free disguise quickly. It might cost him the
Go to
map.
the free food vendor. It'll be easy.
Indeed. 'Cause, yeah, with that restart, puts him back a lot. Randy on the other side. Sierra killed down, making his way over to the Kronstadt building. And yeah, basically just gotta do the laptop isolation. And everything lines up perfectly. There is the bodyguard of Robert, who is a Kronstadt security. Explosive weapon can be a breacher, which I think is in his inventory at this point. And the exit right nearby.
Well, this is not a complicated spin, so Randy should be worlds ahead of me right now.
Randy taking the safe approach
'Cause I
of
spent
shooting the
forever
laptop
going to the
upstairs
wrong
only.
place 'cause I'm a dingus.
But this is the part of the cycle for Robert when he's closest to this laptop, so trying to be safe here. Evidence to be shot. This can be all hacky.
This guy calls himself.
Keeps green guns, and we'll just be waiting
I
for
should
Robert
be able to
now.
do this unseen, right? Yeah.
But I did. That was a very
Ooh.
risky jump into this room.
Yeah.
Apparently, no peekaboo from there.
Wow.
Wonder why.
Yeah, like huge whoosh. Picking up this Kronstadt security.
It's like the
Yeah, I'm
announcer is
not
talking
exactly
to
sure
me.
if.
Why, thank you.
Like, I guess there is something going for both guards, because now you can easily exit. But it was just so scary. I couldn't take this risk. But Randy could, and that wins in Miami. So who am I to judge?
Indeed, with that,
Didn't have my hammer out.
Pop
That's
crowbarring
okay.
open this gate. Helicopter's right there exiting. Randy will not let this match slip away just yet. Will tie it up. Not quite tie it up, but make his way back 2-1. And will be taking this to yet another map.
And this is where you get to the fun maps. I personally love the first 3 as well, but Mumbai and Haven, the next two, and a proper way to end this series. Assuming no ties, then of course 2 more points will settle it some way.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's no surprise. It's a season 2 only match so far. Season 2 was very heavily favored, and did we even have a season 2 ban? We didn't.
Can't remember off the top of my head, so probably not. No, and also season 2 is like the season with the most maps, anyways. Is it?
Yep, correct.
Mumbai.
And push season 3 with 5 maps, 3 of them already banned. We only had Dubai and Berlin was also quite neglected. We had...
And even a Dubai ban in this match, I think, so even less season 3 maps possible.
Indeed. But yeah, going to the 3 target maps to decide it. 3 objectives on all upcoming maps. The 3 in Mumbai, the 3 in Haven are on the targets, and then the virus, if we get to Sapienza, would be the last one, perhaps.
Indeed.
Man, I didn't even... yeah, I barely got into that spin. So good job.
Yeah, nothing over quite yet. Gunther can still win this match right here, right now, if he just takes Mumbai.
Going to Mumbai.
Otherwise, if Randy is able to take this Mumbai as well, now we will be going to a Haven Island as a possible, or hopefully, I guess, last map, because that would implicate no ties.
Don't need a lockpick.
It would be great to end the tourney on a 3-2, so I'm naturally hoping for Haven to appear.
I mean,
Gunther, however... Sorry, yeah?
You can ask me all the time, and I would always say I'm happy to have to see a Haven in a match.
Only reason you join.
Only reason I'm on here, sure, yeah, exactly.
But Punk mentioned the similarities with first map, last map. His first map was Whittleton against Barbecue, which he won. With Barbecue, I mean. And then with Redemption, Punk won the tournament. Well, spoilers, I guess, but everyone should be here. I don't expect many to arrive for match 2.
50 seconds.
So Punk's last map was the Whittleton Creek win. But Gunther could also start and end his tourney on the same map, because his quarterfinal against Crudy was a Mumbai win, and I think everyone was just astonished by Gunther. His first ever competitive spin finished under 10 minutes real time in Mumbai, of all places.
That is pretty impressive, not gonna lie.
So we definitely have a favorite versus underdog situation going on, and it is the R1 third place finisher Randy, who might be on the back foot but can make it 2-2, and I think it's your spin now to reveal for map number 4.
It is gonna be a Maelstrom elimination with Scissors. They're making a reappearance after Sgáil in a Metalworker disguise, an SMG Barber kill for Vanya Shah, and Explosion Accident in the Painter for Dawood Rangan.
Tiny bit of similarities with the previous match. Explosion Accident reappearing, but not as a Vanya kill, but the Dawood one. Making the late spin isolations a bit easier, because can't imagine why it shouldn't be a drive-by. Although Painter, Tower Disguise...
Yeah, Painter isolation and just get him in that room, I suppose.
Yeah, that's the possibility for sure. Oh, I just heard Gunther saying the Taylor, and that was my clue to remember the Scissors, or where they are, or at least the viable one. So that's where the players will be going after the Vazir isolation. Barberg appears again. A bit of a hard unique disguise to get.
Oh my gosh, I've had ragdoll issues all day today.
compared.
Randy with an early rip side KO on the Holy Man.
Oh, but I have to high
Has to restart.
not able found again.
30 seconds in-game time lead for Gunther. It's a very long spin, of course. And no time wasted. That's the disguise secured already. And he's
Metal
changing
worker.
into it.
Yeah, he might want to pick up this kill pretty soon. The maelstrom's right there. He's just missing the scissors.
Through this one.
Not too sure how far they are from here, but if they're nearby, that would be a viable first kill, I think.
It was a very straight approach to the tailor's shop. And I think Ruz is right that the tower is tower also contains at least the scissors.
Oh, yeah, I think so too. I think there is one here somewhere there.
Which can be chained with the painter, of course, for a tour in the tower. But this is just so close to the Maelstrom, and under 2 minutes, Gunther has the first kill down, 2 away from third place.
I was unsure if I need to
Indeed.
again or if that or if it already flipped them.
It looks to be picking up the barber disguise now, though, if I'm not entirely mistaken.
Patiently wait for the animation to end, but also Randy is taking the disguise with a different approach. I think that was a thrown distraction, a coin in the corner, no darts needed. And Randy also has a disguise.
Yes, Randy doesn't have the other kill yet, though.
And I can set up the
So he
the explosion.
probably will just grab a metal worker near where you usually isolate Vanya and bring that one back.
Only erased
Oh yeah, definitely interested though to see the order of kills that are gonna approach here. If they're gonna do Vanya now, seeing how both of them have have her disguise on, or if they will go for Dawood first. But by the looks of things, Gunther brick in hand approaching the metal worker area here,
Open.
starting the brickler. So I assume it is gonna be Vanya next for him.
And that makes it another interesting question for later. Do you KO Dawood or not? I assume you shouldn't in this case, with explosion accidents being loud and accidental as well, so perfect for drive-by. But of course, if you get straight to the tower after the Vanya kill, you have to wait a lot for Dawood for any sort of isolation, including the painter mission story.
Yeah, I guess you could also just technically get Vanya, go to the tower, get Painter, and then run out and drive by Dawood wherever he is at that point.
Basically, yeah. I guess unless he's walking back to the barge and the construction site, which might be just an area where the painter wouldn't be allowed. But I guess we'll see it in a couple of minutes. His Gunther is now taking his second kill.
Explosive accident.
And one away.
So set up Dawood with that, and then we'll go get the painter from the tower.
And yeah, 2 kills down already. That is very strong for Gunther in this possibly final map. Meantime,
Ooh.
Randy inside Vanya's area. Gunshot heard. It has created a bit of a panic here, hiding Vanya's body in these bushes, but these guards moving in.
This is going to be very difficult to survive. Not only the guards, but I think they don't come in anymore. That one, however, goes straight for Vanya and rips Randy.
And that is Red Guns indeed.
He's probably.
Will be a restart.
I'm worried though.
Yeah, Randy tried to improvise, which is something he does so well. I think this time as well, because once he rustled the bushes and Vanya had a question mark, he was always going to turn towards 47, and it was never not going to be loud. It's very unfortunate. And the Gunther will isolate Davut here.
Has his snail in hand, lured the food vendor here, bumping into people. That's all of them grouped up. It might just be enough for all of them. By the looks of things, all of them are falling over. The KO and Dawood retaining his green guns.
Only by his giant what, Diana? That's an important sentence to finish.
And yeah, I was quite wrong on this explosion part, because with the snail, of course, all these bodies are sedated, not pacified, which means green guns will be kept, as well as on Dawood. So I think the only person you have to watch out for is a food vendor upstairs on the stairs. But I'm imagining an exit kill and no rips in those last 3 seconds. Just gotta get there by Gunther.
Yeah, I think. I hope he knows. I think he knows this himself as well. That those are all fine. Only that one body where he also said he was scared that what's gonna get found. So just detonating it on exit and being out as fast as he can, I think, is his plan here.
One room, 2 people, the painter and the Bollywood bodyguard, and I'm not quite sure what items he has remaining. He could do it with an SMG, placing it and getting the guard away.
Might also still have a trank shot, though. Which
makes it easier and easier, yeah.
Yeah.
He'll be subduing this guard for the key card. And if I'm not mistaken, the proxy conversation goes in a way that if you enter the room, both NPCs will face away from you. Gunther going, oh yeah, arriving at the right floor. Very patiently waiting at the door.
When it's
for the
gonna
guard.
lure one of them out here. Also possibility.
Oh wait, I don't actually want to do that.
There's the Tauntaun, but I didn't see how many darts he had. There's
still
one.
has one dart left. And it is used. This guy's acquired that guard technically scaled, but nobody should ever come in here.
Actually want them to go there.
No one shouldn't. Emphasis on shouldn't. This hostile area ripping so many Mumbai runs, but not for Gunther. And this might have been the last obstacle. Not sure how many coins he has, but there is the main exit not so far away. There's also the boat.
I should have.
Final half a minute coming up.
And then I can just find
Indeed, on the other side, Randy has just arrived at Vanya's compound again. This is where he ripped last time as well, patiently waiting for Vanya to arrive at her washing station thing again.
It would have been a quick Vanya kill for Randy at perhaps a different situation going into Mumbai, but Gunther gets the explosion accident, gets the 3rd point, and wins the 3rd place match, the final match of the Providence Invitational. GG's to both.
GG, so close, so much back and forth matches, but in the end, Gunther will take out and come out on top, win this 3rd place match. And yeah, place 3rd, the Province Invitational. Very well played.
Yes!
Yeah, the emotions, the happiness. He was so disappointed after losing the semi-final. Comes back right into it, defeats the very experienced some random person.
Yes, and not even technically as a tournament rookie. First tournament or roulette tournament he has participated in. obviously has been shoutcasting a whole lot and
Oh, man,
very
keep
knowledgeable,
Mr. Randy,
knowledgeable
because I
about the
was
game,
seriously
but
terrified
just
after
the
he
pressure of a
hit Randy that
competition,
quick. I was
something
like,
he
oh,
wasn't
man.
used to,
So I was like, maybe
but
he just didn't prepare
still
our map picks that well.
made
But
it
he knows the rest of the pool.
to the top
I'm
3.
sad that we didn't get to Haven, but at the same time, I'm also glad.
Yeah, amazing to see that we could give an opportunity to these 3 initiates, which people started to call them, and I guess it's quite fitting because they aren't rookies in that matter. Of course, they haven't played a tournament before, but they live and breathe roulette, Hitman, and finally we get to see them in a roulette competition, or in any competition for that matter.
Oh, that warms my coddle.
Indeed.
What a way to bounce back. After yesterday,
And,
I felt so crap. I felt like I
think at
played
this
so
point,
poorly. So
we
so
can
glad
pretty
to
much
be here.
wrap up the tournament altogether. This was the last
Fantastic.
match
Third place, not bad.
of the Providence
Not bad.
Invitational.
I mean, third place in the list of
Has
8
been an
players
absolute blast
that are in this
during the
tournament.
last
Like,
week.
that's well beyond what I feel I deserve.
Organizing this,
I'm
shoutcasting
quite
this,
pleased with
so
that,
I guess I can only say thank you to all the players who participated. Thank you
Like
to all the
wish,
viewers
some random
who
person
were
good
watching.
things.
Thanks to all of my fellow co-partners and organizers, casters, whatever, everything basically.
Everybody was awesome. I had to pick up.
Yeah, I
light
know.
because,
I'm not too sure like how what else to
we
say
had
here really,
push
other
this
than
map back,
just
which is
thanks to
why,
everyone who
which
was
is why we did
involved.
the
Thanks to
finals, the grand
Crude
finals
Enhancement G who
first.
provided assets.
Everybody
Also
was
Gunther.
really accommodating and
Can't
stuff,
forget
and I
him.
really appreciate that.
A lot of
Super like
lifeblood
some
put
random
into
person
this,
right now,
not just
that
as
was
players
really,
from all
really
these people, but also
kind
behind the
of
scenes,
them to do.
providing assets and everything else for this tournament. Truly could not have been done without all of you.
Yes, I agree. It was a wonderful week, and thank you two guys for casting the finals. It's very much appreciated. Well, third place match, also a final match. Yeah, awesome. I can just repeat what you guys said, what I said earlier. Also thanks to the players for helping us with the launch. I think it's been a great week. And look out for next weekend. Well, in 7 days exactly, we'll have our next event. The Team Roulette 3. Where players build teams of 2 and tackle spins together. It's gonna be great fun. It's a 1-day event, approximately 4 to 5 hours. Gonna be all streamed live. If you don't play, you can gladly watch for your entertainment. And also in a few days, the sign up for our next tournament after that will be opened for a bingo tournament. Well, it's pretty much what it sounds like. You can get a bingo sheet and clear and work on tiles and complete bingo lines. Yeah, just check out the Discord if you aren't in there yet, and we're looking forward to everything that comes soon. But yeah, next thing upcoming in 1 week, Team Roulette 3. Thank you so much to everyone involved. It has been absolutely awesome. I can't stress it enough. I'm so grateful for really everyone that has anything to do with this. And yeah, thank you guys. Do you guys have anything still to say?
I think you summed it up pretty well. Just keep an eye on the upcoming things. It's gonna be amazing.
Thank you so much to everyone from me. So you guys can battle it out for the last words, and just thank you so much to everyone.
There's much left to say. I'm gonna send everyone over to Garfield. Not playing Hitman, but he's a very nice guy. And also known in the Hitman community. So not a complete stranger. So yeah, I hope to see you everyone soon in the Discord and at the next event. And have a great evening. Have a good night. Bye bye.